Hi everybody. Hope the second video had reiterated some of the major challenges faced by our country in implementing ECCE services. One of the most crucial challenge that a facilitator should be knowledgeable is the curricular framework arena in order to address at the ECCE policy level by evolving solutions. This process would certainly strengthen the holistic development of children. Hence, this video would likely focus on the quality of ECCE concerning the curricular framework and teacher qualification for such programs. At the end of this video, you will be able to examine the curricular issues of ECCE framework, frame measures to leverage curricular issues to provide an enriched environment for the young minds to develop efficiently. The quality of ECCE depends on the provision of basic learning conditions for children up to 6 years. This section would highlight the issues and concerns to be looked upon and resolved in the curricular aspects of ECCE concerning inadequate teacher competence, lack of universal ECCE curriculum framework, a mismatch between prescription and practice, and the fourth one is multilingualism. First, it's about inadequate teacher competence. Though the basic infrastructure facilities gain an important position, the quality of the teachers who provide early learning experiences is the priority. Every teacher involved in ECE implementation should be professionally trained in child development and behavior. Moreover, the teachers, even after recruitment, have to be periodically trained on their psychosocial competence. The training provisions for teachers of ECCE is a wide spectrum with marked variations in its curriculum and duration. Simultaneously, the educational eligibility norm of recruitment ranges from no bar to primary classes to classes 12. These deviations do compromise the quality of ECCE, which had to be immediately controlled by laying down the norms and standards of educational eligibility and training quality for every ECCE provider and facilitator. The second issue is about the lack of universal ECCE curriculum framework. This issue has to be given due importance to maintain the quality of ECCE programs. It is very clear that the first 6 years of life are crucial in laying a strong foundation for a child's development associated with lifelong learning. The improvised home settings of a child need to be compensated by an ECCE framework. The curriculum should be developmentally appropriate as the 0 to 6 years of lifespan can be envisaged in 3 levels, namely less than 3 years, 3 to 5 years, and 4 to 6 years. Now let us have a look into the objective and the method of the 3 levels of ECCE. The first level, which is about for the children of less than 3 years, the objective is early stimulation, and the method that we have to adopt is parental involvement in education in a relatively unstructured mode. The second level is for 3 to 5-year-old children, and the objective is learn while you play. The method of doing it is to organize center-based play and development-oriented curriculum. The third level is for the 4 to 6-year-old children, and the objective is getting ready for school. The method is to organize center-based preparation for primary schooling that includes reading, writing, and number readiness. Now, the third curricular issue is about the mismatch between prescription and practice. Though the curriculum framework is prescribed by the policy makers, the reality of the gap that exists between the prescribed framework and the actual practice need to be addressed. The policy states that the child in an ECE center has to be exposed to play activities that provide experiences for children in understanding concepts. However, by practice, every ECCE center adheres to the teaching of 3 R's, that's reading, writing, and arithmetic, with minimal play experiences and less competent workers. This lacunae between the prescription and practice of ECCE worsens with the absence of universal accreditation measure that could regulate the quality of ECCE. Then the next issue is on multilingualism. Language plays an important role in communication, exchange of information, development of reading skills, reading with comprehension, and in later years, academic success as a whole. but little attention is being paid to language acquisition and experience in ECCE programs. In a multilingual country like India, language teaching and acquisition at an younger age becomes a multifaceted concern. Using a single Indian language or the most commonly used official language, English, as a medium of instruction in preschools makes it difficult for children with different language background. So, what could be done? Home language should be the medium of instruction. However, introduce as many common languages for expression in the classroom. As children learn many languages in the first 6 years of life, utilize ECCE services to introduce school language of primary classes in a phased manner. Moreover, as there is a widespread demand and explicit desire for English, even at the preschool level, the multilingual classroom setting could be the better option. However, the ECCE teachers must continue to convey a positive attitude about the child's home language and create community awareness initiatives to make the parents understand what is developmentally appropriate for their children. Then, needed training support should be provided to the ECCE teachers to deal with different languages at a time. Now, let us look into the insufficient training for ECCE teachers, facilitators or caregivers. The most important factor in determining the quality of ECCE program is the quality of ECCE teachers or facilitators or caregivers. However, this is the most neglected aspect of the educational system of India. The national policies focusing on ECCE did never emphasize on the recruitment norms, training, coaching and ongoing support of the ECCE teachers. Hence, the teachers or caregivers are inadequately prepared or wholly unprepared, I would say. Though the national policy of ECCE states recruitment norms of completion of courses on ECCE, the duration, methodology and the exposure level to theory and practice of these courses were not made clear. As a result, the courses completed by the recruited staff are obsolete and devoid of practical training. So, what can the government do on this issue? The government approved courses on child development or human development or early childhood education run by universities and colleges should be immediately recognized and approved as a basic eligibility norm for the recruitment of ECCE teachers. Second one is that a complete ban over the courses run by private institutions with no standards for curriculum or duration or even the methodology has to be initiated. The problem of the quality of ECCE teachers doesn't stop here, as the staff recruited for the ECCE program have to be periodically updated with certain recognized short-term courses. To sum up, this module on ECCE concerns with 3 videos has traced the changing trend and growing demand of ECCE in India as both governmental and private initiatives. It also has reviewed the objectives and implementation measures of various ECCE providers in India. Gradually, the module revisited the national education policy on ECCE and struck upon 7 major issues and concerns concerning ECCE implementation. Each of these issues was elaborated and examined for the provision and the curricular aspects of ECCE framework put forth measures to leverage these issues as opportunities to provide an enriched environment for the young minds to develop efficiently. Thank you. Meet you in the next video.